Good morning, Hoki mai anō. Welcome back to AM.
The Ministry of Health wants to cut 134 jobs.
Your concerns, what do you make of that?
No, we're going through a wide range of the amount of resources they have.
You don't think there's any sabotage?
Owners Warner Brothers plans to shut down the entire news.
Inside the stadium, we are running out of time.
There's been a lot of people waiting for the All Blacks to come and play in the West Coast.
The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome to TV1 News. I'm Carol Kidu Jr.
And I'm Rex Litter. I will join you later in the bulletin for sports news.
In this edition, Wafi-Golpu landowners give ultimatum, Mobil Oil New Guinea expands capacity, and Iton embracing coaching gig.
Impact landowners of the Wafi-Golpu mine in Morobe province have issued a 7-day ultimatum to the Morobe provincial government regarding the 50 million kina infrastructure development grant. From the 100 million kina IDG from the national government, 50 million kina is for the special mining lease, pipeline and outfall communities.
Principal landowners of the multi-billion kina Wafi-Golpu mine in Morobe province are demanding that the Morobe provincial government distribute the promised infrastructure development grant valued at 50 million kina. From the 100 million kina IDG from the national government, the impacted communities in a consultative forum last year were given the assurance that 50 million kina will be set aside for them. This will be the second payment. The first 50 million kina was used by the provincial government. After a meeting with the provincial finance minister, the three clans in the SML-10 area, Babuaf, Engabu and Yanta, including the pipeline landowners of Wampa and Butibam and outfall landowners of Wagang, have given the provincial government 7 days to give them the 50 million kina or further action will be taken. The ultimatum, which was issued on Monday, May 20th, will lapse on Monday, May 27th.
We have been battling this issue since 2021. We met with some of the administration of Morobe, with the Morobe people responsible for these fundings, and they made mention that the IDG funds for 50 million is now here in MPG account. Last year, PM, when we met with the PM, Prime Minister James Marape, our Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable John Rosso, our member from Bololo, plus some other MPs at the Parliament House, and the Governor himself made mention that the 100 million for IDG for last year, 50 million, he will distribute to other affected landowners within the district and villages within Morobe. And the other half of the 50 mil will come to us landowners. And Prime Minister himself, he supported that. So following that meeting, last year, June 23, PM delivered 50 million check to the governor at the stadium. That was according to that meeting agreement. So that money was distributed to. How they distributed money, we don't know.
Nema said now that the money is in the province, the affected and impact land owners in the districts of Bulolo, Huangulphu and Ley need the funds to develop their respective electorates. While Governor Luther Wenge is out of the province, Provincial Administrator Max Bruton is aware of the landowners' demand and has indicated that he will give his response soon. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
A newly established agricultural group, Kilenge Taro Farmers in the Gloucester local level government of West New Britain province, has made its first export of taro to the United States of America. The group, led by Bonnie Mapeo with the assistance of Gloucester Fisheries Officer Eugene Wallace and BSP Regional Manager for Momase, Barry Namongo, made it possible through partnership with Muruk Tropical in Ley. A total of 41 bags of taro were shipped from Gloucester to Ley. The taros were checked and rated as the best as they all met the high-quality criteria, weighing between 1 and 4 kilograms. This is the first of its kind for an agricultural group from Kilenge, Gloucester and West New Britain as a whole to sell the taro and export them directly to the USA. Mapeo thanks stakeholders who contributed to the transportation of the taro and the partnership forged between the Muruk Tropical and the farmers. The taros were exported on May 13, 2024. Earlier on, March 13, 2024, the locally owned Ley-based company also exported 13 tons of premium Morobe taro to the USA and New Zealand. The national flag carrier Air New Guinea has admitted their services have been disrupted and flights rescheduled as a result of fuel rationing. However, Acting Chief Executive Officer Gary Seddon told this newsroom that there are plans underway to ensure safe and consistent air transport services across PNG and will see an end to rationing soon.
Safety is paramount when it comes to Air New Guinea's operations. Acting Chief Executive Officer Gary Seddon says the airline will not compromise the safety of its dedicated employees and valued customers at all times. Seddon further clarified that those aircraft that are not subject to scheduled or unscheduled maintenance programs are flying and operating normally. In a statement released by the airline earlier, clarified that jet fuel rationing by Puma Energy in Port Moresby continues to cause disruptions to its domestic flights. Unfortunately, this rationing of aviation fuel has now been extended to other airports such as Ley and Mount Hagen, whilst supply at certain other airports has ceased altogether. This has resulted in Air New Guinea reducing further its current domestic schedule, causing flight disruptions and inconvenience for customers. International flights are refueling overseas as far as possible and therefore are not affected. Meantime, Kumul Petroleum Holdings has organized more shipments of fuel, including vital ZA1, to alleviate the current shortages experienced by the country. In April this year, Kumul Petroleum organized a tanker of fuel that averted a previous fuel supply crisis brought about by Puma's withdrawal from supplying fuel to the country. As a follow-up to this initiative, Kumul Petroleum is stepping in for the second time to bring fuel into the country, and 2 shipments have been organized. The first of approximately 38 million liters of diesel and 8 million liters of ZA1 has been purchased from Puma in Singapore. This will be sold to Puma in PNG and is arriving on the tanker Nord Meyabi, which is expected to discharge its cargo in Port Moresby this week. The second shipment of 8 million liters of Jet A1 has been purchased from ExxonMobil, and this is expected to arrive in the country around the 1st or 2nd of June. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Mobil Oil New Guinea has expanded its motor fuel storage capacity for the domestic market through the commissioning of a new 3.5 million-litre motor fuel storage tank this morning at its Irubada terminal in Port Moresby. The 10 million kina tank investment boasts to enhance fuel supply through Papua New Guinea and is part of a larger investment program for the country that could reach 80 million kina.
ExxonMobil PNG chairperson and managing director Tara Shandro said the new tank's impact is bigger than simply increasing storage capacity in the country or demonstrating the company's commitment to the country, one it has served for more than 100 years.
We remain committed to collaborating and working with the government to encourage and support increased prosperity for all of PNG. From our workforce to our dealers, and some of you are here today, thank you, our suppliers, our business is directly benefiting the country's economy. And our continuous commitment to expanding our business and upgrading our facilities is enabling industries across the country to continue to grow.
Over the past 5 years, Mobil Oil New Guinea has invested around 40 million kina into its people, processes and facilities to enhance its service and scale its business to meet growing fuel demand.
So through our extensive regional supply chain, we're able to rapidly ensure that Papua New Guinea's industry players across mining, resources, power generation, agriculture, construction, transportation, that they all have a partner with Mobil that they can trust to help keep their operations going.
Speaking at the ceremony, Minister of Petroleum Jimmy Maladina commended Mobil Oil New Guinea and its parent company ExxonMobil for increasing imports of fuel over the past year to ensure the broader industry supply challenges were met.
When things were at their darkest, they leveraged the integrated strength of Mobil, marshal against all the supplies they have in the Pacific and in Singapore refinery. They have saved our country in our darkest moments and moving our economy of this country forward. I believe in times of crisis, intense challenges, we learn who our real friends are. And ExxonMobil is a committed friend and a partner to Papua New Guinea. Its people has always working with us and finding solutions.
The newly commissioned tank number 9 holds enough volume to fill the tanks of more than 55,000 cars on the road in Papua New Guinea today. Mary Silla Kelleton, TV1 News.
Furthermore, Minister Maladina urged ExxonMobil, who has a strong presence in the country, to develop facilities for the importation of Jet A1 fuel to further support the country's energy and petroleum needs.
Fuel and energy are crucial to our economy, and ensuring stability in the supply chain and competitive pricing is paramount. Effective competition is key to achieving this goal. The challenges we faced over the past couple of years, and especially in the last 12 months, has been unfortunate. But they offer valuable lessons for Papua New Guinea. As a minister, I am pleased to see significant increase in fuel in the supply side, which should adequately meet the demand going forward. Additionally, I shouldn't say I understand that ExxonMobil has left the Jet A1 fuels in Papua New Guinea and for the last 20 years or so, but I urge Exxon to develop facilities for the importation of Jet A1 fuel to further support our energy needs in Papua New Guinea.
MRDC has announced progress for clans in the Heights Petroleum Development License 1 area. 96 out of 121 clans have complied with the requirements to open bank accounts, enabling them to receive their royalty and equity benefits. Bank South Pacific will facilitate the opening of these accounts this week. Managing Director Augustine Mano said the PDL1 beneficiaries have waited patiently since 2014 and must not wait any longer, and added that this was a momentous occasion and the beneficiaries should feel happy and look forward to receiving what is rightfully theirs. Efforts continue to ensure the remaining clans comply with the process. Upcoming elections in June will appoint new directors to represent landowners. Independent observers are ensuring the transparency of the account opening process. You're watching TV1 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Open hands.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Absolutely love it. And the Dragons are there. Jack DeBellin. He's got it to the end goal. Sua wins the race easily.
David takes on Goliath. Oh, it's gone straight through. Incredible season for Leverkusen. Kaiserslautern do the impossible. 13 years since a side from the lower leagues has reached the final. A breathtaking season for Alonso. In the DFB Pokal Finale, there can be only one winner.
Welcome back. Two men from Hela province are still at large and have not appeared in court as police failed to present a warrant of arrest. The men are wanted for murder and are yet to be executed.
The suspects, Chris Timber, 23 years old from Tangai Village, Koroba District, Hela Province, and Felix Wilson, 20 years old, also from Ella, escaped from custody and are still at large because their warrant for arrest is yet to be executed. Committal Court Magistrate Albert Daniels said the court has issued an order to execute the warrant for arrest, but the court registry, under the directive of the clerk, is yet to deliver the warrant to the prosecutor, who will then deliver it to the arresting officer. The police informant who appeared in court confirmed that the warrant that was issued on March 12th through an application by the police prosecutor did not reach him yet. However, he said attempts were made by the police to search the suspects who were still on the run. Magistrate Daniels gave police until the 5th of November for the warrant to be executed. Meanwhile, it was alleged that at about 3:30 a.m. on February 10th, 2024, at 8 Mile 2nd Block Northeast in NCD, the two suspects and 4 others unlawfully killed a person. They were arrested and charged by the police with 1 count of murder under Section 300A of the Criminal Code and 1 count of attempt murder under Section 304A of the Criminal Code Act. The 4 who remained in custody appeared in court today. The magistrate adjourned their matter to June 27th for the police to present to the court the police and a brief, which is yet to be completed. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
A civic committee for the disaster relief in Port Moresby today sent the second container of relief goods to the Bismarck shipping yard to be taken to Wewak. The goods were transported from the donation base at the Sir John Guy Stadium to the East-West Yard as of yesterday. Today, the 2 containers were locked away to eventually start their journey to Wewak on Thursday this week, courtesy of Bismarck Shipping. A CIPIC committee thanks all those who donated and to the media houses that gave coverage throughout the past few months for a successful fundraising drive. Once the relief containers arrive in Wewak, the public will be informed through the media. The Central Provincial Government has taken its provincial executive meeting to the district. This is to ensure accountability and transparency, allowing local representatives an opportunity to make decisions at the PEC level.
For the first time, the Central Provincial Executive Council held its 2-day meeting at the Kwikila Station in Rigo District earlier this week. The provincial government says hosting the PEC meetings at the district level plays a crucial role in ensuring effective governance and decision-making. This was the reason why Central Governor Rufina Peter and her executives had taken the meeting out of the comforts of the city.
It's very important in connecting people with their leaders, elected leaders, but also in giving the elected leaders the opportunity to see firsthand what are the real issues that are faced by people, by government agencies on the ground, and by people as well in those district headquarters. It's also to bring back the importance of district headquarters. You know, everything's happening here in NCD, and unfortunately, we still have our provincial headquarters here in NCD. But it's about, you know, bringing the central provincial government back into central province, and the districts are where our districts is where the government is functioning in central province at the moment, until we have our own seat of government and provincial administration built in central province.
Governor Peter touched on some of the issues that were discussed during the meeting and presentations made by sector heads in the Central Provincial Administration.
That each of the sector heads, sector advisors actually provide the briefing for the quarter for each of the sectors to the members of the PEC altogether. So we are all on the same page, both administration and all the members of the PEC, not just for their respective sectors, but for all the sectors.
According to the Central Provincial Government, more PEC meetings will be held in other districts of the province. This is to ensure that local constituents can see their government at work and also see firsthand what type of infrastructure and developments are happening at the local level. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
Work on a modern two-story girls' dormitory in Kwikila is coming along nicely with the foundation completed. Central Governor Rufina Peter is happy with the work done so far. She took time out from the PEC meeting to visit the dormitory project her government is funding at a cost of 2 million kina.
Actually seeing it for the first time and seeing ourselves what is there and what needs to be done. So it's really, there is a lot to do to bring that institution up to the standard where we can really empower our children, students who are going through that institution. But I'm impressed with the teachers who are there and who are working within the environment that they have now, and what they say about the uptake of their students over the years up to today. So it's definitely an area that is a priority for this government, the Peter Wafi government, and so we will definitely be looking at supporting in a couple of areas, at least for this year, and see how we go next year.
Despite the ongoing political tensions, Prime Minister James Marape prioritizes his official duties. This week, he traveled to various provinces and districts to promote service delivery and social development within local communities.
On Tuesday morning, Prime Minister James Marape visited Paramana village in the Abao district of Central Province to inaugurate an early childhood learning double classroom. Despite his busy schedule, he attended the event, showcasing his dedication and commitment to his country regardless of the political environment. Prime Minister Marape also acknowledged the leadership of Abao MP Se Pukatemu and encouraged continued collaboration for the district's betterment. Gulf Governor Chris Iveta accompanied the Prime Minister to the event. The Prime Minister emphasized his commitment to his role and the nation's future and acknowledged the efforts of the local community and leaders, praising their initiative and innovation. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
And now to the finance news. The kina closed lower at 0.2611 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying 0.2536 US dollars, 0.3774 Australian dollars, 0.2260 euro and 39.33 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, coffee, cocoa and copper closed higher, while gold, copper, palm oil and crude oil closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have news making headlines overseas when we come back.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Need a wagon to carry stuff? Well, you're in luck. Win a fully stocked Flame wagon this holidays. Flame is giving away 345 Flame wagons stocked up with food for you and the family. How do you enter? Here's how. Simply buy Flame flour, Flame sugar, Flame oil or Flame rice, but 3 out of the 4 Flame products, and enter your name on the back of your receipt to win. Check participating stores in main centers. Terms and conditions apply. Make it more one-time Flame.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, let's calories, family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's our favorite for miles. Tennessee Cola, scare rice, don't scare price. Tennessee Cola, scare rice, don't scare price. Amber, you like it?
Beauty is my business, but beauty sure is a tough game. Filters are great, but great skin, better. And that's why my skin deserves the best. So I choose self-care, soaps that gently nourish my skin, resulting in a radiant look, made with tropical ingredients. I trust self-care from City Pharmacy, so bring it on! My skin is ready and so am I.
Could be number 2 here to Catalana. He's got another one. And Atalanta are running riot. Space may be here for Sheik. Oh, he's won it. He's won it for Leverkusen. Leverkusen remain on course for a trophy treble.
Your story isn't over yet.
We would need a miracle to get our men out.
Here we go, baby. Shake it for the Lord.
Will you undertake a mission?
I'm the only hope you have.
Thanks for staying with us. A festival planner announced Monday that New Caledonia and Vanuatu have withdrawn their participation in the 13th Festival of the Pacific Arts and Culture. The announcement comes as Hawaii is less than 3 weeks from hosting the largest celebration of Indigenous Pacific Islanders starting 6th June. New Caledonia, a French territory, withdrew in the wake of days of rioting and deadly unrest, while it's unclear why Vanuatu withdrew from FestPac. Meanwhile, the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture is in its final stretch of preparation as festival planners gear up to host more than 2,000 delegates from 28 Pacific countries and U.S. territories. In a bill passed last year, the government committed to launch a closed-circuit trial to research the impairment that medicinal cannabis causes on driving.
Alice Davey uses medicinal cannabis to dull the pain of MS and endometriosis. She's been doing it for 4 years, but every time she hops in the car, she could be breaking the law.
I'm a full-time single parent to 2 young kids, and we don't live within walking distance for everywhere. I do drive. There is no other option for me.
About 3% of Australians use medical marijuana, but traces of cannabis can be detected even if users are unimpaired, meaning they could still lose their licence. Former Premier Daniel Andrews promised to fix this, and a trial is about to begin.
We've waited long enough, and we're not doing anything illegal. We have a prescription.
The trial will happen here, a suburban track normally reserved for teenagers learning to drive. Under the scheme, medicinal cannabis users will drive on this closed track while a supervisor sits in the passenger seat with an extra brake pedal.
We need to take that evidence-based approach to making sure that we are getting the road rules right for people who are taking a legally prescribed medicine, but making sure that we're not compromising road safety at the same time.
This will be the 4th study on the impact medicinal cannabis has on driving, but it'll take another 18 months before there's any results or there's any proposed changes to the law for people using the drug.
The government has absolutely kicked the can down the road.
The legalised cannabis party are frustrated by the delays.
I would say that patients would feel betrayed today because we're not at a resolution.
I think it's a joke.
Miss Davey has participated in trials before. She has a message for the Premier.
She should be quite disappointed in herself for knowing what she knows and still making patients wait.
The trial should wrap up mid-2026, just in time for the next election.
More than 100 Australians and other tourists have been repatriated to Brisbane by the Australian Defence Force from riot-hit New Caledonia. The first Australians evacuated from riot-stricken New Caledonia have arrived back in the country, but not everyone is safely home. At least 300 Australian travellers have been stuck in or near the capital of Noumea since violent protests erupted last Monday, with some saying they have been unable to access essential medications or food. After several days of pressing the French government, the federal government received permission to send 2 military transport planes to pick up the first of the evacuees. A Northern Territory coroner is nearing the end of a landmark inquiry examining the territory's domestic violence response, which she says needs urgent and radical change. Of the 81 women killed in domestic violence incidents in the Northern Territory since 2000, 76 from First Nations communities, ABC reports.
Hidden behind some of the country's most spectacular scenery is a painful reality. In the Northern Territory, women are 7 times more likely to be killed by a current or former partner than anywhere else in Australia. It's why the NT's coroner has spent almost a year investigating the violent deaths of 4 Aboriginal women. Kuman Rabuncha, Nyago Rugurk, Miss Yunupingu and Kumanjai Haywood have been at the centre of this landmark inquiry dissecting the NT's overwhelmed domestic violence system. Kumanjai Haywood was just 34 years old when, after 20 years of abuse, she was murdered by former partner Kumanjai Dixon. He was on bail when he set fire to a house Ms Haywood was hiding in and killed them both. 6 weeks earlier, she'd made 7 desperate calls to police in less than 2 hours. Please help me right now, I'll be dead in 1 minute. Please help me, he's got a warrant. Do you want my dead body to be here? I don't want to die. In 2019, Nyago Rugurk was subjected to a deliberate and very public attack by Garsik Noorij. Witnesses could hear her screams for around 20 minutes. No one called 000. She was found in the waters of Darwin's famous Mindle Beach. Norridge's murder charge was downgraded to manslaughter. He was given 13 years in jail. Yolngu woman Miss Yunupingu had been the subject of Neil Marika's attacks since she was just 16 years old. Despite a 5-year non-contact domestic violence order being in place, Marika fatally stabbed her when she was 29. He'd been released from prison just weeks earlier. The violent murder of Kuman Rabuncha triggered a movement in the Northern Territory, highlighting the untold deaths of Aboriginal women in crisis.
We always say we are not just numbers. Do you hear? We're not just numbers. We're humans. We are not visible women.
The Northern Territory coroner Elizabeth Armitage has described domestic and family violence as an epidemic. Her court has heard evidence from frontline services who say they're woefully underfunded and evidence that prevention and rehabilitation programs for perpetrators, particularly in remote communities, are few and far between.
It's not always their business, it's everybody's business.
The inquest continues.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports with Rex, Manus Rugby Sevens ends on high and Highlands Regional Youth Games set.
Kids in Papua New Guinea love to smile and spread joy. And when they smile, it lights up our world. Come on, Mom, it's you first. Do the 1, 2, 3. Wake up. Brush your teeth. Smile. Let's spread some smiles in PNG with Colgate.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
What is a census? A census is the head count of every person living in the country. Every man, woman, boy, girl, and babies must be counted. It is a snapshot of the population at one point in time. It informs the government how funding is shared between wards, districts, and provinces. It helps planning transport, schools, roads, housing, and basic healthcare services. Census officials from the National Statistical Office will be visiting your homes from the 17th of June to the 30th of June. It is important that you participate and give the basic information to the census workers when they visit your homes to collect data. With the help of census data collected, the government can plan for every man, woman, and child in Papua New Guinea for evidence-based decision-making so no one is left behind. For more information, you can visit our website, nso.gov.pg. This information is authorized by the Office of the National Statistician.
Welcome to the Evergreen Mansion, Miss Jane.
You know me?
And when I showed him this hotel here, he told me that he really saw huge potential in this place.
What's wrong? Am I the only one who can see the ghost? It's over there.
You are the ghost.
You're trespassing.
The martial arts have been practiced for centuries. Forged out of an ancient Asian world of mayhem and intimidation. But in fact, they're all about self-defense, discipline, and honor. This is XMA, the world of extreme martial arts.
Watch Extreme Martial Arts, only on Fight Sports.
Welcome back. Wet weather conditions on Sunday did not dampen the excitement and spirits of Rugby Sevens when the Manus Rugby Union completed its Rugby Union Sevens Grand Final for the Open Men's, Under-20s and Open Women's division in Lorengau. The first hit out in the Under-20s saw an even matchup between Eagles and Wanderers, played with high intensity, with Wanderers eventually taking out the 2024 Under-20s Shield Trophy for the first time. The Open Women's Grand Final was an intriguing physical showdown between defending champions, Eagles and Spartans. From the outset, Spartans took full control of the match to lead 12-0 at half-time and continued their dominance with strong defensive plays in the second half to shut out reigning premiers. Eagles 12-0 to take out the 2024 Open Women's Shield Trophy. In the main men's grand final, defending champions Wanderers held off the high-flying Eagles, attacked to eventually take out the 2024 Men's Shield Trophy for the second time this year in a row. The day ended with presentations of trophies to the winning teams. A new season, a new playing group and a new coach come with new challenges. For PNG Hunters, rookie coach Paul Aiton, since taking up his new role, It's been exciting and scary sometimes, but loving the challenges so far.
After a roller coaster start to his debut season as Hunters head coach, former NRL and Super League superstar Paul Ayton is slowly but surely finding his feet as he continues to maneuver the team around and through the 2024 season. With 10 rounds into his coaching gig so far, Coach Ayton is standing up to the challenge and adversity while focusing on building new system, strong culture and rapport among his playing group, majority of whom are new to QRL Cup level. Ayton said the big takeaway so far is being surrounded by good people, especially the current playing group where everyone gets on well, with good management as well, so that helps and he's enjoying it so far.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's good. Like, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that you don't expect that come up, but I'm enjoying it. You have to think fast sometimes, and things you just don't think will happen. Just you wake up one day and it's happening. You're like, oh, geez, what's... Yeah. But the good thing is, I'm surrounded by good people, and the players are good players. Everyone gets on, and that's the kind of players we want at the club. Really good people that get on with each other. That's including management as well. So that helps definitely.
Ayton said keeping that long-time friendship and connection with some of his former NRL and Super League coaches and mentors also helps in his development as he steps up into his new coaching role. He made specific mention of his former Penrith and Raiders coaching guru Matthew Elliott and former Sharks and now Dragons coach Shane Flanagan, whom he still reaches out to from time to time.
My coaching mentor currently is Matthew Elliott. He Bradford Bulls, 20 years worth of professional coaching, so first grade coaching, so Canberra, Panthers, Warriors, yeah, quite a lot. So he's my coaching mentor, but I've also reached out to some Super League coaches, Brian McDermott, is this Newcastle assistant, Shane Flanagan early on. There's quite a few that I reach out to and just keep in contact and question a few things, even ex-players. Yeah.
Ayton's men have stitched 3 impressive wins together so far over the past 3 weeks, a testament to their commitment, hard work, perseverance and sticking to the process. Terry Long with TVWAN Sports.
Versalite Rabaul Gurria's middle forward centre sensation, Alex Max is relishing his breakout season with the PNG Hunters after he was drafted into the final 30-man squad for the 2024 QRL Host Plus Cup season. The 24-year-old Simbu native, who possesses incredible rugby league talent and skill in his game, has been a revelation for the Paul Ayton coached side since making his debut against Tweedheads in round 4 and has never looked back.
From only 6 appearances, inform Hunters centre Alex Max as nothing short of impressive with 4 tries so far in his debut season. Against Townsville Blackhawks in round 8, Alex scored a hat-trick, ran 260 meters, made 4 line breaks, 6 tackle busts and was a top performer in the Hunters' 52-16 win. Since making his debut off the bench a couple of weeks earlier, Alex nowadays finds himself in Ayton's first 13. He's been a sensation in the back 3 and has made it his own. Making the final squad and coming thus far was not a walk in the park for Alex. It was through sheer hard work and commitment, and staying in the process is what keeps him going. On his current form, Alex thanked Coach Ayton for having the trust and confidence in his ability to play his role in the team where he has been impressive so far.
First, coming to the season, I'm very tired, but it's been managing the game so far. I'm picking my face for me, and I'm the coach to low. And then in this position, I'm play, which position is play long, so suitable play the position, I feel him, so that's for me. Now, I'm driving our boys and give more energy, more effort to put him through. Now, if I feel him was in the ground, so play the next game, I'm playing the next game.
Given his versatility being a middle forward and centre, with that second man-up mentality, Alex said he took his calling with open arms when Coach Ayton slotted him into second rower before making the transition back to centre to fill in for the injured Clint Lama. Alex said there's a lot of competition within the playing group for positions and he's ready to challenge himself to maintain his spot in the first 13.
Yes, we play him competition we play lo team and staff Provincial boys all switch to play center lo we play staff but which position we coach him trust him and give me low man. We try to grab him and hold him strong. So plenty boys to stop so we try to maintain him. Give him extra more effort lo next game coming game so that we must maintain him for position lo. It's only about patient. I mean, patient for some time. Patient can know that some timing remember I'm not right straight long so long la. Some la position so me come now. There was a calling to me come so coach and put me lo. I'm including me going to the team. We make it debut me. Been playing the middles now. It's very tough for me talking coach to so please. For saying I'm very tough about the TVWAN. Like go now, clean them down low center so coach have to put me come again. And trust me and put me come again low center so we will shoot the ball against the position.
The Simbu prodigy is turning his focus to this weekend's round 11 clash against Mackay Cutters in Mackay, Queensland, which is going to be another tough assignment. However, Alex said if the boys can stick to their process and execute better as they did against Townsville Blackhawks, he is quietly confident they can pull it off.
Go win him away game now, play away game now, you see me now. We play around low, Townsville and play winning Blackhawks and we have set him clear boundaries and set him on clear thinking of some play and go out and win. And they get 10 points in last, we kill him or some got him ground so go out and play. So we like well prepared. Management, coaching staff, we play players so we play trust him players to go out and play again win.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The inaugural Australian striker Sam Kerr has been ruled out of the 2024 Paris Olympics as she recovers from an exterior cruciate ligament or ALC tear. She sustained injury during the Celsius training camp in January this year. Announced in a squad for Australia's pre-Olympic friendlies, Matilda's coach Tony Gustafsson said Kerr would not return in time for the Games in July. Kerr, arguably Australia's biggest sporting idol, is the nation's record goal scorer. She is the latest in a long list of high-profile female footballers, including England captain Leah Williamson and Dutch striker Viviane Miedema, to suffer an ALC injury. It usually takes at least 9 months for professional athletes to return to fitness after surgery. The Matildas have had a difficult run-up to the Olympics, with several key players sidelined by injury. Midfielder Katrina Gorey has been out after ankle surgery. Defender Claire Hunt has battled a foot fracture, and stalwart Ivy Luick has a hamstring injury. Young midfielder Amy Seya also tore her ALC last month and has been ruled out of the Olympics. International Cricket Council has released warm-up matches schedule for all participating countries to have trial runs before the actual tournament, slated for June. The PNG men's national cricket team Barramundis have received their draw. They would play 3 countries before taking the pitch for World Cup in the West Indies. The PNG Barramundis was initially informed they have a total of 4 warm-up matches before running out on the pitch for their first match of the ICC T20 World Cup Tournament 2024 in the West Indies. But with the revised schedule, they only meet 2 countries. The Barramundis play Oman for the first warm-up match on May 27th at Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Trinidad and Tobago, before meeting Namibia at the same venue on May 30th, with chances of playing against Canada. The official warm-up match fixtures for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024 are scheduled to be played from Monday, May 27th to June 1st across the USA and 2 venues in Trinidad and Tobago in the West Indies. These warm-up fixtures will be 20 overs per side and will not carry international T20 status, as teams will be allowed to field all members of their 15-player squad. The ICC T20 World Cup is less than 2 weeks away, scheduled for June and co-hosted by the West Indies and the United States. The opening match will see the US take on Canada on 2nd of June. The PNG Barramundis will play the tournament host nation West Indies at the Guyana National Stadium on 3rd of June. The Barras will look to register their first World Cup win when they faced their opponents in Group C match under the guidance of coach Tatenda Taibu. Ahead of their departure to the West Indies, the PNG Barramundis head coach Tatenda Taibu told the media he was going to take the warm-up matches seriously, expecting the boys to put strong performances to set the platform for their second World Cup campaign. The inaugural Highlands Regional Youth Games is set to be hosted at the National Sports Institute in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province, scheduled to start on 1st of July and end on the 6th. Following a successful Momase Regional Youth Games hosted in Madang Province last year, the Regional Games Council has scheduled the Highlands Regional Youth Games in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province for July. One of the Games organizing committee members, John Desiguria, said the Highlands Regional Youth Games would have the following sporting codes: soccer, volleyball, basketball, touch footy, athletics, and inclusive sports for para-athletes. Desiguria said the Regional Youth Games Council has decided to go with 5 sports for various reasons, including finance. He said it would be expensive to host many sporting codes and it is important to start with just these sports first. He said the idea of expanding the number of sports in the coming Regional Youth Games is on the table to be considered. A total of 35 districts in 7 Highlands provinces are expected to participate in the event. It would be one of the most entertaining sporting events for youths with all districts in the region to come with a team each representing their districts. Meantime, they are yet to receive registration from the districts. The theme of the inaugural Highlands Regional Youth Games is putting young people at the center of sustainable development. That's all we have in sports. Carol.
Thank you, Rex. And now to the weather forecast for the main centers for the next 24 hours. Southern region, Port Moresby mostly fine and partly cloudy with possible few showers towards the afternoon. Momase, Ley, partly cloudy with few showers. Wewak, some showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, partly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorm. Kavieng, Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy with some showers. Highlands, Mount Hagen, mostly fine with possible few showers towards the afternoon. Ocean forecast, Coral and Bismarck seas moderate to rough with southeast winds of 15 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 33 knots. Coastal waters forecast, waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru, to Kiwai Islands, Kerama, Yule Island, Hood Point to Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands. Seas 1.5 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along the warning areas. And that wraps up another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.